money as well to do it.
Sure. All right, back to one of our top stories now. Day 3, the LeBron Wash. The classic drama of where he will end up next season. It's like a 14-part miniseries, so let's get ready to do this. People are saying...
Well, this is the third incarnation of the 14-part miniseries.
Yeah, it is, so we've got a bunch more to go. Some people are saying Philly, others are saying Boston, but Vegas, well, Vegas is saying the favorite right now, the Lakers.
What is Delaware saying, since you can gamble in Delaware as well?
Lakers are now even money to sign LeBron James this offseason. Nick, what do you think? Are the Lakers the best fit for LeBron?
No. They're not the best fit. No, that doesn't mean he won't go there. But the idea that, oh, LeBron can't go to Philly, they don't have enough shooting. Well, the Lakers were the second worst three-point shooting team in the league last year. They were a bottom 5 catch-and-shoot three-point shooting team. Oh, well, if he goes to Los Angeles, he's bringing Paul George with him. Well, that's nice. That's one piece. That's one guy that can shoot. And if you're talking about beating the Warriors, I get it. You Paul George, he can guard KD as well as nobody can really guard KD, much like nobody can really guard LeBron. But Paul George is long and athletic and can at least give him some problems. I understand that part of it. But I think the best fit is Philly or Boston. And people with Philly, they say, oh, well, he and Ben Simmons have a redundant skill set. That's only looking at one side of the ball. Embiid plus Simmons plus LeBron instantly becomes the best defense in basketball. Instantly. Becomes the best defense in the NBA. And while you don't have a lot of shooting with that lineup, what you do have is size in a league that's going small, athletic size, switchable size, and movable size. So I think Philly's a better fit. But I don't know if this is going to be about fit. I think LeBron might be thinking, man, I just took this team to the finals, where my second best player is Kevin Love, and by the way, Game 6 and 7 against Boston didn't even have him. And we should have won Game 1. We were right there in Game 3. I played with a broken hand the last week. So how much does it matter who's on my team as long as I'm on my team?
Well, and as long as you're in the East as well, right? Now, I do think that if this is not a stationary target, the East is going to be better next year. If he doesn't go to Philly, we would think will add a piece or two with that money from J.J. Redick. Boston's coming. Let's start with your Boston thing, which you plug him in. I'm assuming you're moving Kyrie Irving, okay? Which obviously would not sit well with Kyrie Irving, right? Like he finally got away from LeBron, now you get traded. But if I'm Boston, you're splitting tens. You have a winning hand. Okay, why run the risk of upsetting the apple cart when you already have a winning hand?
Because you get a better player, and you would get a player that's locked in. You don't know that you're going to have Kyrie more than 1 year. You don't know the health of Kyrie's knee. You don't know how much better you are with Kyrie due to his defensive deficiencies. And you have a guy that, you know who you want Jason Tatum to become? LeBron. So you have him learn from LeBron. Like, for all those reasons, I don't think it's splitting tens, but go ahead.
My point is, I think Boston is right there to be the best team in the East. So, you still haven't even seen him with Gordon Hayward, let alone with Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving yet. As for Philadelphia, again, I think you're looking at a stationary target. Remember, LeBron is not moving. He's smartly taking plays off defensively. You're depending upon Joel Embiid to be healthy. You're depending upon either Ben Simmons or LeBron James to play without the ball for the first time in their career, and they are losing some shooting from last year. Here's the thing with L.A. What they've done is they've gutted the back end of their roster. They've allowed it to, when he sits down with them, they can say, look, we had Paul George and you got Lonzo, you got Kuzma, and then let's pick some of the other pieces that you want to add. I think it's more of a blank slate. Are any of them perfect fits? No. The East is an easier path, although the Celtics should be much more competitive if he went to Philadelphia. I think L.A., we look at the West as so dominant, but Houston's going to have to remake themselves with some contracts. And Golden State appears to be, maybe in the last year, we already talked about the Draymond contract and the Durant contract. And again, the point you made is probably the best one, which is there is a confidence/arrogance to LeBron. He goes to Miami, they go to the finals right away. He goes to Cleveland, they stink, they go to the final right away. So we can sit here and go, hey, if he goes to the West, he's not going to go to the finals. But you're LeBron James. Everywhere you've gone. Every team you face, you've gone there. If you get other players around him, why should he believe that he can't win with the Los Angeles Lakers?
Even money now that that LeBron's going to the Lakers, how much will this change back and forth before a decision?
What I'll say is this. If we looked at the last 2 times LeBron changed teams, there was the overwhelming favorite on this day, a few days after the season ended, is not where he went.
Oh, interesting.
Right? So, like, the overwhelming favorite the first time was he's staying in Cleveland, and then I think after that it was Chicago. The second time it was he's staying in Miami. Like, people were really... Miami gained more, or Cleveland gained more momentum as the offseason draw on, but right when the season ended, people were like, he's not going back to Cleveland, back to Dan Gilbert. So the fact that the Lakers are the overwhelming favorite right now, it's not a sure thing.
Well, listen, like, he gave us some clues about Miami last time. Okay, and here's the clues that we have this time. Right, he said family is important. He said that his life has changed since the last two decisions.
That his son's getting input.
Right, and so they have 2 homes in Los Angeles. They have obviously a huge spread in Akron, and I think if you read the tea leaves that everybody's reading the NBA, that his family wants to be in a home. It's no disrespect to Houston, it's no disrespect to Philly, or to Boston, or to San Antonio, or Timbuktu.
You think it's one of those two?
I do.
And I think Cleveland's been totally eliminated, which would then mean if Doug's right and I'm right, which is unlikely, but that it's just Los Angeles.
It's unlikely that you're right or that we agree.
No, that we would both be correct on something we're seeing slightly differently.
All right, let's